Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Adriana of Ink to Prosperity. I have straight hair, and today we're talking about spiritual business ownership. Stay tuned. So, I'm excited to bring this video to you. It's not going to be a full comprehensive list of everything, but it is going to have a few gems in here that I want to make sure that I let you know. This is my personal story. And there's so much advice out there for business ownership in general. This is just something that I find important for me in the journey that I've taken with Ink to Prosperity. The things that I wish I would have known before starting my business so that I could have planned better were the things that I wish I would have known. Number one, that promoting myself, marketing is not the devil. And as spiritual people in this capitalistic world, there's this tug of war between not wanting to be like the masses or not giving into the man, but then also, wanting to stay in my own lane. And so sometimes those two concepts can rub up against each other. And we, as a spiritual community, sometimes will think like, well, I don't need to market myself because the right client is going to find me. Yes, and you still need to promote your shit. Because how are people going to find you if you only post like once every 3 months? You know what I'm saying? So if you're not out there talking about what you do, if you're not sharing, if you're not educating the community, if you're not inspiring people with your content, then your clients are not going to find you. And I used to think that marketing meant that I had to put on this personality, that I had to put on this persona or whatever the case may be. But y'all are here because of me, because of Adriana, because this is who I show up. This is what I am, what I do, how I speak. And y'all show up because I am who I am. And that's that. And your clients are going to show up for that same very reason. But if you're not putting that out there, how are they going to know? And part of me having to just say, fuck it, I'm going to just talk about my stuff was dealing with the confidence issues and the energetic blocks that I had to my own authenticity, the energetic blocks that I had in my roots, that I had sitting in my belly. There was so much built up trauma and pain and shame that I had to work through in order to be doing shit like this, talking to a freaking camera and posting it on the internet. That is bonkers. But in order to do that, in order to stay true to who I am, I had to work on myself. I had to nurture the parts of me that felt like I wasn't worthy to just show up. And I wish somebody would have told me to do that work before I signed those papers, okay? And then also, all of the business coaches that I've worked with have always said, people need to see your stuff at least 7 times. And probably more nowadays because scammers be out here. But people need to see your stuff at least 7 times in order to feel like it's trustworthy. So back to that example of posting once every 3 months. If we do the math, it's going to take damn near 2 years for a client to trust your shit. You hear what I'm saying? So, I wholeheartedly believe that promoting yourself is not just about, I have a sale, because that gets old. Promoting yourself is also sharing your story, talking about the behind the scenes, what it looks like for you to make your products, what it looks like for you to cleanse your space, being able to show your community how you deal with everyday problems and things like that. Promoting yourself is also about just talking about the fact that, hey, here's a topic and here's how my shit relates to that topic. And connecting the dots between your services and everyday problems or deep internal wounds, or whatever the case may be. But you're a spiritual business. And so we all know that spirituality is embedded in everything that we do. So there's so much content out there that you could be creating if you just like get out your own way and stop trying to talk about every fucking sale that you have. Show me why this product, this service is valuable. Give me the tea. Okay? So that's what I mean by promoting yourself. The next big thing that I wish I would have known is the idea of a seasonal entrepreneurship. Now, this concept didn't start coming to me until around like sometime last year, because I just really started to reevaluate a whole lot of things. So seasonal entrepreneurship is pretty much the foundation of everything else that I'm about to talk about, okay? So if someone had shared to me that I don't have to always be on, to always be having a sale, to always be creating products, to always be giving services, to always be doing readings, if someone would have said that I have permission to take a period of time and not do those things, I would have approached my business a whole lot differently in the beginning than I am now. So right now I operate with the seasonal entrepreneurship because I don't offer everything at the same time. And there are services that I reserve for specific time periods because it works better for my energy, because it works better for my cycles, okay? And when I started paying attention to the way that I work, the way my magic work, the way my cycles flow throughout the year, and me planning around those things really transitioned and helped me to feel a lot more empowered in my own business than to just go all the time, everything at once. That was draining me and I was ready to fucking quit. I was over it. I was like, okay, I2P, bye. But part of this spiritual work is honoring myself first. And that doesn't just speak to entrepreneurship. That's just my healing journey as a whole, is to honor me first. And I can't do that if I'm constantly ignoring the work that I do individually and not incorporating that into what I do on a business level. And trying to separate those two was driving me nuts. And I had to bring them together. Some other people can totally do that. Commend them for that. However, that's not this body at all. And so seasonal entrepreneurship to me looks like my big 9-week, 3-month courses. They run either in the summer or the fall when I feel that my energy best works within community. And that's it. I don't run them in the spring. I don't run them in the winter time because those are the times when I am more internally based. I am more closer to myself, closer to my spirits, and really in like learning mode. And that also means that when I run those programs, those long programs, then I'm pulling back on my individual work with promoting different products because a lot of my energy is being spent in those group containers. And I don't try to handle more things than I can, if that makes sense. Seasonal entrepreneurship also looks like I don't want to do Black Friday sales. And I try to, Last year, I tried it. 2021, I did a Black Friday sale and I hated myself. I hated myself for it because I had built up this mindset that I was never going to do a Black Friday sale because it's too much stress. That's just what it comes down. It's too much stress, too much trying to manage competition, and I just don't like that energy. And the holidays to me are so special. I love the holidays because it's just such a family oriented and like good vibes, and even though there's drama, it just still is such a special time to me. And I don't want to spend all of my time packing orders when I could be out fucking enjoying some hot cocoa in the park with my partner and my dog. You know what I'm saying? So I refuse to do any more Black Friday sales. I'm never going to do a Black Friday sale. And if I ever do one, it's going to be because I have a fat ass team of people who can help me do it. But while it's me, myself, and I am never doing Black Friday sales. And that's part of my seasonal entrepreneurship. And feeling like everybody's like, all these business people are like, you're going to miss out on this money. You're going to miss out on that money if you don't do a sale during this season, or Christmas sale, or Easter sale, or 4th of July sale. And I'm like, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Because I don't have time. I don't have the patience. So that is part of my seasonal entrepreneurship. And I wholeheartedly am passing that nugget, that permission onto you to figure out what are your natural rhythm. What's your rhythm? What's your rhythm in the day? What's your rhythm in the week, the month, and the year? Figure it out. Understand it. Test it out. Because there's going to be certain periods of time where you don't really want to be fucking with people like that. And you're going to want to create a service or a product that keeps, the roof over your head, but doesn't require as much from you than if you were to do like hardcore one-on-one work all the time. Okay? When I create, that's energy. And even though no one is paying me to create this video, it is still just as valuable as the readings that I give. And that was something I had to get through my head. I'm like, oh, all this creating content it's not worth as much. And that's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit, because it is. You're speaking, you are sharing, you're creating, you are birthing something and putting it out there. That's magic, pure magic. And I hope that you understand that as you are operating your spiritual business. Something else is that the idea that I am a student first. I'm not a business owner first. I'm not a tarot reader first. I'm not a medium first. I am a student first. And that means I set aside time for me to connect with my own guides, for me to learn about whatever the fuck I want to, for me to incorporate what I'm learning first. Because how can I expand my community if I stay at the same level? And if I don't account for my growth, then I'm gonna be doing myself and my community such a disservice. So I am a student first, which means I also don't know everything. I don't pretend to know everything. I don't give services because I think that I'm supposed to. I do services that feel whole to me. I do services that feel strong and good for me and helpful and healthy to my clients and community. I don't need to be good at everything. I just said that. But that also includes like the marketing, creating graphics, doing the website, accounting, money stuff. Like, I don't need to be good at everything. I do need to have the basic knowledge, and I need to have vision, but I don't need to know how to be a master at all of those things. And it's okay for me to outsource that work to somebody else. Like, let them, the masters of math and finance, let them be the ones who work on the money. It relieves so much pressure off of you, and it's not as expensive as we think that it is. There are affordable people out there. There are great, excellent, affordable people out there who are willing to work with you. Joining communities of other entrepreneurs and business owners is highly valuable because y'all can share ideas. Y'all can share, sorry, there's a truck going by. Y'all can share ideas. Y'all can share in just community vibes. Y'all can share resources. And what they are great at, you may suck at, and y'all can exchange. And one of the best things that I did for myself was being in community at these different stages in my business ownership. I did a business coaching, group coaching with Melissa Ruiz. That was great. I learned so much that I didn't implement everything at once, but there were things that I took with me that really helped and solidified some plans that were just up here and brought it down to earth, brought it down into reality. And I'm grateful for that. I then joined a mediumship circle and was in that for damn near 3 years. And was it 3 or was it 2? I don't know. Time is weird. And that was so helpful because I grew so much as a medium. I got to communicate with other people and their mediumship abilities and just learning how everybody taps into spirit in their own way. And now I've been in this business coaching group for almost a year now. And it is so helpful because they're just consistently just throwing ideas out there. And I'm like, I should think about that. And they're sharing resources, links, articles, other webinars, conferences, information all the time. And the woman, her name is Latasha Brooks. Love her. I'm definitely going to link her business group coaching down below because it is amazing. It's $50 a month and it's just so valuable. It's ridiculously valuable. And there are things in there that I'm still working on, but it's the support for me. Okay. So highly recommend being part of some kind of group mentorship. Even if you're the only one doing spiritual business, you're still a business owner. And so there's still things that you're going to learn from them. Okay. And lastly, understanding that even though I am this spiritual reader and I use divination and I light these candles and do these rituals and whatever, and I have a lot of information up here in this brain of mine, I don't know everything. And you've heard me say this quite a few times throughout this video, and I stopped trying to know everything for my clients. And yes, I get insight. Yes, I will pull a card. Yes, we will ask spirit these questions. But if the answer is not showing up, I'm not about to lie to your ass. And secondly, I'm not going to pretend like I know everything and that I've experienced everything here on earth, because I haven't. And when I started to not be this expert at everything that my clients were experiencing, and instead started empowering them in their own choices, empowering them in their own intuition, in their own insights, that's when the relationship with my clients really started to shift. And it relieves this need for me to always be the best. And yes, I'm good at what I do, absolutely. But sometimes my clients don't need me to tell them what to do. Sometimes they just need me to listen and to then ask them questions, guiding questions, for them to come up with the answer for themselves. And your spiritual insight is highly valuable to your clients. But make sure that you're not trying to run over them, run over their lives, just because you want to prove that your intuition is fucking strong. That's disgusting, actually. And leaving room for you to empower them is valuable, because then they start to learn to trust themselves. And that's the whole reason why we're doing this work. Well, at least for me. I can't speak for everybody else. At least for me, it's my mission to empower other people. And maybe part of why you're flailing around as a spiritual business owner is because you don't have a mission. You haven't sat down with you and your guides to really cultivate a mission, to cultivate values as a spiritual leader and spiritual business owner. So maybe you need to start there. But I know what my values are, and I know what my mission is here. And my mission may change words, but it's always remained the same. I may add a little, I may take away a little, but at the root and core, it's always empowering others within their own sovereignty. Empowering people to believe that they are sovereign, to know that they are sovereign. That is my mission. And asking your clients, how can I help you, continues to reinforce that mission. And it gives us a unique opportunity between me as the coach and them as the client. It gives us an opportunity to understand, like, well, maybe what we thought we needed to work on, maybe that's actually not what we need to do. Maybe we need to start here instead of down here. And that's the way that spirit works through me and with my clients. You have to let clients go. There's what you offer is great, amazing, valuable, love it, transformative, all the things. But there's gonna come time where your client has exceeded or reached the level of growth that they needed to while they worked with you, and it's time for them to fly away. That doesn't mean they're not gonna come back. That doesn't mean you have to cut them off. That doesn't mean that they're no longer welcome in your business. None of that. It just means that you have to recognize that you have nothing else to give them right now. And it's okay for you to communicate that with them and say, like, hey, I think it's a really great idea, opportunity, whatever, to find blah, 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 blah. To look into blah, 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 blah. It's so helpful when you make that room, clearing out your clients, letting some of your clients go, because you also don't want to cultivate this codependency to where they feel like they can't function without you. That's weird to me. It's weird to me. And of course they're going to come back, but we want to make sure that they have what they need to live a independent life. And it's okay if they take a break and they come back to you. Great. Maybe they never come back to you. Maybe because of their growth, it triggers you to expand your own services. And maybe because of that one client who they went through all of your basic services, and now you can see it's time for you to up your services and do something more advanced level. Maybe they're the thing that helps you expand your own stuff. Great. And maybe y'all find a new way to work together. Great. But being able to pay attention to your client list and understand, like, does this relationship feel like it's still fulfilling? And if it's not, then something's got to shift. Something has to change. Now, not everybody has like the coaching, readings, mentorship type of business. So if that doesn't apply to you, just move on. But we have to be okay with letting clients go. And if there are clients out there who just you do not fuck with, let them go. The money ain't that cute. Let them go. Let them go. Okay? So I hope that this was helpful. And just gave you a little insight into some of the things that I've come across. I'd love to talk even more. I have so much more to talk about, but I just wanted to get this out there first. And I'm really proud of every single one of you that has started your spiritual entrepreneurship journey. It is so rewarding. It is taxing. It is courageous. It is adventurous, but it is 1000% worth it. And I know that your guides, your ancestors are very proud of you, and that the community that you're cultivating is just bursting with potential and blessings. And I am wishing all the best on every single one of you spiritual business owners, both aspiring and currently. Create the business that works best for you. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. I love you. Mwah. Bye.